Hi everybody, it's Jennifer from Jennifer's Diamond Paintings and Cross Stitch. Today tonight actually, I'm gonna do a cross stitch tutorial. I know I've been promising this. I have recorded this video a couple of times and for some reason it wouldn't record or it would kick me out and I had to stop. So, I'm going to start with I'm going to do the tutorial with something small because that's the easiest way to show how to do this. Whenever you start a project, especially if you're going to start stitching from the center, always find the center of your fabric. Now I've already folded it in half one way. Now to get to the center, I usually fold it again the other way, and then I will open it up, and usually it all depends. With a pen or whatever, I will mark it, and that is where the center is, if you can see it. Now, I'm gonna show everybody how to do this, or show you how to start cross stitching with a Christmas ornament. This is an ornament from a really, really old book that I had. I don't even remember where I got this from. It's so old. It's probably it's awful. It's horrible. I can't even remember where I got it. So what I'm gonna do, what you always do. Whoops, wrong way. I always pull off not a whole lot, but just enough that you can use to cross stitch with. And you always use two strands, and because these are 6 strand, as you can see, there's 6. Oh, if you can, I don't know if you can. There's 6 strands on here, and I just pull 2 off. Whoops. Just wants to attach itself to my boobie. Excuse my okay. Now, when I was taught how to cross stitch was by my mother, and she always told me to put a knot at the very end of the fabric, or very end of the I don't do that anymore, just because I found that it makes the back, especially when you're trying to frame a piece of, like making, putting an ornament in a frame or something, it causes some issues. So I just leave it like this. Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys can see what this is. Sorry, I'm on top of my diamond painting. And I just... one of my diamonds came... Sorry. I'm trying to... Okay. Now, this is going to be a little harder because I'm going to have to do this. Now, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, this is one of the arrows to show you where to go for the center. And here's the other one. And I usually just take a line and go up here and stop. And this is the center of the pattern. If you guys can see where I marked right here. I'm sorry, this is a little bright. There's a glare, so I'm trying to just make it so there we go. Okay, I'll show you. I'll pull this up. There's a, see where the center is? Where I marked right here. So, now that you found the center, you go on here to your fabric where the center is, which is right here. And you start cross stitch. Now when you cross stitch, you usually try to make your X's all the same, go the same way. And when the reason why it's called counted is because you're counting the stitches, like for here, 1, 2, 3 across. You need 3 X's across. So okay, now I can't, it won't go in. Come on. There we go. Excuse me. Chum. And I figured I would start doing the tutorial with a smaller one instead of one of my bigger projects, because on my bigger projects I don't do I don't start from the center. So, but when I do ornaments, I do. Okay, now we've done the 3 across. I don't know if you guys can see. And now, wait a minute, let me do this one up here. Now, when you're going down, I mean, it's pretty easy. It's just that you've got to make sure that you count right. I usually count 3 or 4 times before I actually put the actual number of stitches in, because if I don't, I'm known for miscounting and then screwing the whole thing up. So now we've done these. So now we're going to count down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now we need to do 9 cross X's down. Now in this instance, because I need 9, I will do half stitches in the amount, and the I will do 9 half stitches, and then I will go back and cross them back over. I'm sorry, guys. I'm used to just, okay. And I didn't do that. I'm not paying attention. And of course, the needle doesn't want to go up through the hole. Okay. Of course, I totally did not do what I said I was going to do and do the 9 half stitches down and then cross them back over. I just went ahead and did it anyway. That's what happens when you're trying to do whatever. Now there are different stitches that are besides this. There's the half stitch, which is also called a tent stitch, and then there is there's a lot of specialty stitches which I don't do. I don't know how to do either. See, like here, you got to make sure you count and make sure you have the right amount, or you're going to really mess up. I've done that too many times over the years to when I think I've counted it just right, I still don't. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I just need 2 more. I've been doing this for, good grief, 27, 28 years. And I have more whips than I do finishes, which is saying a lot. I've been trying to get some finished, but diamond painting caught my eye. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck on diamond painting now. But wait a minute. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that is R9. Now, okay. Now the next thing that I know, I used to have a lot of problem with, and I should have done this in a darker color, and I'm very sorry. I thought this would show through. I'm trying to think. Wait a minute, let me go down here. We'll do this stitch, and then I'll show you what I mean. I know I used to have a lot of problem with this, and especially when it comes to stitching letters. But like I said, over the years, it's just become kind of a second habit for me. As you can see, I'll show you on the pattern. As you can see here, all right, we've done this. I've done the T. Now, we need to go here. Like right here, we're going to start here. Now it's 2 blocks in between, or 2 spaces. So we have to count over 2 on, excuse me, on the fabric, which is, I know I'm being special here. So if you guys can see, I hope so. I'm sorry. Okay, we're gonna count 1, whoops, 1, 2, and you're gonna put your needle right there in the next spot, if you can see. Whoops. I'm sorry, guys. I should have picked a darker fabric for this. Okay? And then you're going to start on the next letter. Oh, shoot. Now, see, when this happens all the time. If you get a knot, I found the easiest way is just to pull it very, very carefully. And then sometimes it'll come out. Sometimes you won't get that lucky. But it really, really all, you know, depends on the or how big the knot is. Now, okay, now we're going to pretend that we are done with this this color of floss. And now when the way I ended, a lot of other people do it differently. There's, you know, there's so many different ways now to do this. But I used to go back on the back and make a knot like so, and make a knot, which I don't do anymore. What I do now is I just go back here and whoops, put it in here, and then to make sure that it, you know, it doesn't come undone, I put it back through again, and then I cut it as close as I can to the fabric, and then I'm finished with that color. And there is the start of your letter T for your ornament. I know I probably missed something. So, but that is for the start of how to start cross stitching. If you guys have any questions, I know a couple people asked for this, and that's my way that I start. I am going to be doing more. I don't know just how often I will be doing the tutorials, because I have another video series that I want to start too. So, I have to, yeah, figure that out. So, but that is my tutorial for cross stitch. And if you have any questions, comments, you know, please comment below. If you like the video, please like. If you don't, you know, give it a thumbs down. And this is it for this one, and I will be back with the next cross stitch tutorial. It'll probably be parking, and there's a lot of ways to do that too, but that's it, and I will see you all next time.